So like I feel so, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. So I just inhaled powder. Hey you guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. If you've been on TikTok at all lately, you guys know the de-influencing trend is really huge, which definitely makes sense, especially with the way that people are predicted to be pulling tighter on their purse strings during this next year and possibly even for a couple of years. Also too, there's just been a little bit of controversy going on, particularly on TikTok with the trustworthiness of influencers and their recommendations and stuff. So it's definitely no shock that this de-influencing trend is blowing up. I don't know about you guys, but my For You page is just filled with de-influencing videos. I'm definitely not against this trend. I think it's a good reminder that you don't have to spend your money on everything that people are recommending. Even though I myself do a lot of recommendations, I don't think that you guys even have to buy every single thing that I recommend. If it's something that you're searching for or are genuinely interested, I hope that my opinion and input on it is helpful. But again, I don't think that you guys need to buy everything that content creators recommend, including myself. But I've been wanting to jump on these de-influencing videos because there's definitely a lot of products out there that other influencers are recommending that I myself could not be influenced to buy or repurchase, and I wanted to bring it here on YouTube because you guys know I'm a little bit of a chatty gal, and I just figured if I tried to do this on TikTok it would just end up being too long. So we're gonna do it here on YouTube, where I can definitely give you guys a little bit more details and also recommend to you guys what I would purchase instead if you were still interested in the product but just looking for a more affordable option, or maybe something that just like is slightly different. But before we jump into it, I just want to welcome you if you're new. My name's Sarah. I create content on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified of every time I have a new video. And since we're on the topic of this being a TikTok trend, I would love it if you guys would follow me over there at by Sarah Meg. I post a ton of TikTok content all the time. I'm really loving that platform. Short form content is so much fun, but honestly my ride or die is long form content and videos, so I figured let's bring the trend over here. And before we jump into this list, I do want to say if you own any of these items and you love them, or you really truly want the actual item, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's your money, it's your preferences, you spend it the way that you want. I'm not saying anything against people who've actually purchased these items or want these items. I've actually purchased a couple of them and had a couple of them on my wish list. This is just a video for my opinion on these items and some alternatives for people who might be searching for that. So the first item on my de-influencing list are the UGG Taz slippers. Now don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Uggs. I definitely believe in investing in a pair of Uggs if it's a style that you like. I think it's definitely worth it to get at least like one classic pair, but for like the more trendy Uggs, I don't think that it's worth the money to keep purchasing 6 variations of Uggs. They are pretty expensive, and honestly, there's some really good dupes out there that will basically function in the exact same way. So while I do love the concept of the Taz Ugg slippers, I love the fact that you can slip them on and they're still gonna be nice and cozy inside from the wool, but you're also gonna get a little bit of air through there since the back is open. It's just not something that I would spend like $100+ on. But if it's a style that you like and you don't necessarily feel that you need the actual Ugg version as well, I really recommend these Shoe Dazzle Haley platform fuzzy slippers. I got these last month, I believe, and I'm so obsessed with these. These are so cozy. They're my go-tos. I wear them pretty much every day. Like if I just need to run out the door to go get the mail, throw out something at the dumpster, run to the liquor store, anything like that. These are usually the shoes that I end up slipping on. And as someone who actually owns Uggs, I would say that these are just as cozy and warm as my other Uggs. So again, I don't feel the need to actually go purchase the actual Taz slippers. What I like about these too is that the band around the opening is neutral. I know the Taz ones have like the cutesy colorful bands around. I'm just not a fan of that, so that's another reason why I wouldn't get those. But I do like that this one is neutral, but it still does kind of have the same stitching pattern, so you get a little bit of that style as well. And then I also love the platform on these, just like the Taz ones have. I just feel like it elevates them because, you know, if you're throwing on a slipper, it just feels super casual. So I feel like the platform gives it a little something extra. If you guys see spots on my shirt, please ignore. I just tried to drink some water and it just literally went everywhere, which kind of brings me to the next item on my de-influencing list, and it is the Stanley tumbler. Don't get me wrong, I did have this on my Christmas list and I was a little bit salty when I didn't get it this Christmas, but I'm actually really glad that I didn't, because I actually found a tumbler that I like even more. I don't have it yet, but we will chat about it in a second here. But like I said, I did have the Stanley tumbler on my Christmas list, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't have been excited if I got it. I definitely would have been, but I will say it is pricey for a tumbler. So I did feel a little pang of guilt even asking for it on my Christmas list, because especially the color that I wanted, which is the color that everyone has, it was marked up to like anywhere between 60 to 80 bucks. And again, that is just absolutely ridiculous for a tumbler. It's honestly just so expensive, especially when if you do your research and really like search for things that are out there, you can find better alternatives at better prices, which brings me to what I would get instead slash what I actually did already get instead. It just hasn't arrived yet and I'm so impatient. But instead of getting the Stanley tumbler, I opted for its most popular dupe, which is the simple modern 40-ounce tumbler, and I'm so excited to get it. I got it in the like neutral beige color. I think it's like almond or something like that. And personally, after comparing the two, the simple modern hits all of the reasons why I wanted the Stanley tumbler at a slightly lower price point. And I also just feel like I personally like the aesthetic a lot more of the simple modern one. It's a much cleaner design. It doesn't look as bulky, and I just really like how sleek it is. And even though I don't actually have it in hand, I still have no problem recommending it because I've heard such amazing things about it. In fact, actually, funny story, Michelle actually apparently ordered it like a week before me. We didn't know that each other had ordered it, and she already got hers and she's been telling me about it. She loves it so much. So I definitely think that it is a great alternative to the Stanley if you want something similar but you don't want the actual Stanley. Next on my list is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This damn product is so freaking hard to get in your color. It is always sold out. People go crazy over it. I've never even gotten the opportunity to try it because my color or any color that's close to it has always been sold out. I've literally never been able to get my hands on it, which also makes me question like how this thing is going so viral if no one can ever purchase it. Don't get me wrong, if you own it and you love it, I am slightly jealous that you even got the opportunity to try it. But I will say that after months of trying to order it, I am honestly just over it. And that's especially because of what I would purchase instead, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I rave about this all the time. I love this product so much. There's a lot of days where I'll just wear this instead of wearing a tinted moisturizer or a foundation or CC cream or anything like that. This makes my skin look so beautiful and luminous without like going overboard and looking really, really oily. And bonus is that it is a fraction of the price of the Charlotte Tilbury version and also just seems to be a lot easier to find in stock. The next item that I cannot be influenced to buy, I've literally never been influenced to buy this product, even though it has been viral for years. I mean, at that point, is it even really viral? It's just like a staple product that a lot of influencers recommend, but it is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I know everyone says that the finish on it is so amazing. Their skin looks like luminous and smooth when they use it, but I couldn't justify it at the price point when there are so many other setting powders out there that I really love and that I think probably do just as good of a job, if not better. And I just found out that my most recent loose powder product is actually considered one of the dupes for the Laura Mercier powder, and it is the Coty Airspun loose powder in translucent. I have not used any of my other loose powders since purchasing this. This powder is so good. I'm wearing it right now on my face, on my under eyes, and you guys can see it is smooth and flawless and very, very luminous. So I feel like it pretty much gives me what the Laura Mercier product would have given me for probably 3 times the price. And then also too, there's so much product in this container. Like, do you guys see this? This whole entire thing is full, and pretty much the whole container is full, and there's so much product even sitting up top. So I feel like this product is like never gonna run out, especially when I see it compared to the actual Laura Mercier powder in its packaging and how much you're getting. This is definitely a lot more bang for your buck, and in my opinion, probably just as good. The next thing is a whole entire brand, and the brand that I would purchase alternatively, and it is Drunk Elephant. You guys, Drunk Elephant is so stupid expensive. I don't even understand why. It's just nuts how much each product costs, and then especially when you're talking about skincare, which is something that you tend to repurchase over and over again once you find something that works for you. That's a lot of dollars down the drain for a product that is probably marked up that much because of its packaging and because of its name. So instead of a lot of Drunk Elephant products that I see that people rave about, what I would purchase instead is basically anything from The Ordinary. I know that there's a few products from The Ordinary that are pretty much exact ingredient dupes for a couple of Drunk Elephant products. I know that this one in particular, the AHA and BHA peeling solution, people say that this is a dupe for some Ordinary product. I don't know. I never had an interest in a lot of Drunk Elephant products, but I am glad to know that something that I already purchased and owned was already the more affordable choice in comparison to something from Drunk Elephant. The next product that I cannot be influenced to buy has to be the Apple AirPod Maxes. Honestly, I feel like they're just essentially regular headphones, but just crazy overpriced. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the design is super sleek. I think it's really, really nice, but There's a lot of really good noise canceling headphones out there that have great sound for a fraction of the cost of those AirPod Maxes. If it's something that you own and you love and it helps to get you out of the house, it helps to get you on walks or to the gym, that's really great. And that definitely does give it a lot of justified value. But I just feel like there's much more cost-effective headphones out there that are, like I said, a fraction of the price. And for this one, I would honestly just recommend the headphones that I have. These are from Amazon. I believe that the brand is Rhythm, and I'm not kidding. I will charge these headphones once up to 100%, and I won't have to charge them again for sometimes up to a couple months. And that is even with me using these pretty much almost daily. I go to the gym at least 3 times a week. Usually I hit 4, and I'm using these anywhere between 2 to 3 hours during my gym sessions. And then on the days that I'm not at the gym, I'll go on walks, and unless Trevor's coming with me, I'll use this on my walk. So I'm using it for an hour and a half those days. And even with all those hours of use, the charge on this lasts for so long. They're also really incredibly comfortable. The actual headphones themselves are really padded. They don't put too much pressure on my head. It's the perfect amount to actually keep them on while I'm lifting or while I'm walking and stuff. I've even used them running, and they stay on my head flawlessly. And I also really like the design on this. I think that it's a sleek design as well. It is a little bit bulkier in like the actual headphone area, but I don't mind that because of the way that this is designed with this like monotone scheme. It does make it look really cohesive and really sleek. And also too, I believe that these come in a few different colors, so you can definitely customize and get a color that really works for you and for your style. And I believe that these headphones were less than 50 bucks, and I've had them for I think like a year and a half, 2 years, and I've had absolutely zero problems with the battery life, the functionalities, or the sound quality. The next item that you cannot influence me to buy is another Charlotte Tilbury product. And I'm not just like trying to hate on Charlotte Tilbury. I just feel like a lot of the products are overhyped. There are a couple of products from Charlotte Tilbury that I personally love, like the matte lipsticks, and I would be willing to purchase, but I do have to call out one in particular because there's a lot of controversy around it, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I think that it's just so ridiculous how expensive it is for as little product as you get. That is just completely insane. Just from a value standpoint, it's just not worth it to me. I can't justify in my head spending that much money to only get half a tube of product for a cream contour product. I mean, there's so many cream contour products out there that cost so much less and don't dupe you with their packaging that I just, again, it's something that I can't justify. So personally, the alternative that I really love is the new Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Liquid Contouring Wand. This product, number one, is pretty much filled all the way to the top. There is usually going to be at least a little bit of air so that you can like squeeze the product through and stuff. If they fill it all the way, the thing is like gonna burst. So it is expected to have a little bit of space, but you can actually feel it when you go to purchase this. It's filled to about here. So besides it being a lower price, you're getting more product filled up in the actual packaging in this tube. And then also too, the product itself really stretches out a lot. It has like the same concept as the Charlotte Tilbury contouring wand, the little sponge at the end. And I only have to squeeze this once, and it's not even a hard squeeze. It's just like a little squeeze to make a little bit of this come out. And one like essentially half squeeze will last me 2 or 3 applications. So this contouring wand is gonna last for so long, and it's like I think a fourth of the price of the Charlotte Tilbury one. And it's actually what I'm wearing right now on my face. I don't like to go too heavy with it, but this shows up so much. It's so pigmented, it's so blendable. I cannot recommend this enough. I'm so happy I got my hands on it, and honestly, after discovering this, I can pretty much guarantee you'll never catch me actually purchasing the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. So this next product really drives me up a freaking wall. Every single time I see someone recommend it, I'm just like, why? Again, if you like the product, I'm not necessarily like trying to say anything like bad about you. I feel like this thing is just such a freaking waste of money, and it is the Touchland hand sanitizers. Those I've seen range anywhere from $10 to $16 per hand sanitizer. Why? For what? Just because of the packaging? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the packaging is really cute. It's very well designed. And it also is really cool that it is a spray hand sanitizer. But guess what? My mom brings home spray hand sanitizers from the hospital all the time for free. It's not a new concept. It's not something that you can't find a cheaper alternative version of. And again, it's hand sanitizer. Why are we spending $10+ on one hand sanitizer that's like, I think like this size? It's not even like it's like a huge hand sanitizer. It's like this big. So I personally It's another thing I cannot justify, so you cannot influence me into actually purchasing it. Instead, what I personally recommend are the Bath & Body Works hand sanitizers for a few different reasons. Number one, usually these are a deal. You can buy 5 for $8. So you can buy 5 of these for less than the cost of one Touchland hand sanitizer. That is super freaking insane. Commentary on, again, the price of Touchland hand sanitizers. Also too, I know a lot of people like the Touchland hand sanitizers because they have like fun scents and stuff. The Bath & Body Works hand sanitizers have so many different scents. You can choose from a ton of really great scent options from them. My personal favorite is this one in the stars, but I also have 3 other scents that I love. So again, not gonna spend $10 on a hand sanitizer just because it has a unique scent when I could spend far less on that on a hand sanitizer that also has a unique scent. And also too, the packaging on these is really cute. They're like so small, they're perfect for your purse. They each have their own like little cute label depending on the scent. So really, again, no need to spend $10 on one hand sanitizer when these are 5 for $8. Then the last product that you cannot influence me to buy, and this one is like kind of back and forth because I did honestly kind of want it for a while. I never put it on a list because I would never ask someone to spend this much money on me for what it was, but it is the Dyson Airwrap. Don't get me wrong, I love watching the tutorials of people like teaching how to use the Airwrap and also like the hairstyles that they're creating with the Airwrap and stuff, but $600 is just, there's no way I could justify that. That's just so insane. And I do understand that it is technically multiple hair tools in one and stuff like that. But first off, you know, it's like you need to learn how to use it. Then on top of that, you are still applying heat to your hair. I know that because of the technology, that's technically not as bad as some of the other heat tools out there and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, someone probably knows a lot more about the technological benefits of it than I do. But I just, again, I don't think that there's anything enough to justify that price. It's just absolutely insane. Instead, what I prefer, especially if my goal is to protect my hair more from like heat tools and stuff, which is a goal of mine for this year, and personally, I'm all for overnight curls. Whether you use one of those overnight hair kits, there's a ton of tutorials on how to use those. I have those, but my personal favorite is just really simple. I just use a pillow scrunchie and I either do a special kind of wrap to get the curls that I have right now. These are heatless curls. I just wore the scrunchie overnight and this is heatless curls, and I haven't even hairsprayed my hair. This is just from when I woke up at like 9 a.m. and it's currently 3 o'clock. So the curls still last. They look pretty good. I mean, I could probably touch them up a little bit, but I'm just kind of chilling at home today, so I don't feel the need to, again, put heat on my hair. And I just feel like it's just so much better for my hair. I'm sleeping in a protective hairstyle and I'm able to wake up with my hair already styled with these really pretty curls without using any heat. So again, I don't feel the need or justification to spend $600 to purchase the Dyson Airwrap. If you have it and you love it and you can't live without it, good for you. I think that that's awesome that you found a hair tool that you really, really love, but just for my hair goals and from what I'm understanding about it, it's just gonna be a pass for me. And if at any point I do decide that I want to try a tool like it, I personally would prefer to go for the Shark hair styler. It's literally half the cost and the technology is very, very similar. In fact, I did have it on my wish list for Christmas. It wasn't something that I desperately wanted, which is why I didn't go buy myself one after Christmas when I didn't get it. It's not something that I need. It's just a nice to have. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot of comparison videos between the Dyson and the Shark, and I'm just gonna say it, I like the results from the Shark better. All right, you guys, well, that is gonna be it for this video. I've actually been filming for quite a while now, which does justify why it was probably better for me to bring this trend over here as opposed to trying to fit it all into short form over on TikTok. But in any event, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to follow me over here and also over on TikTok. And I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.